Hi everyone, this is Scudder for Mike, coming at you from Beijing, China. Doing something a little bit different here today, something unique. I'm going to be trying to record and document my Old School Essentials solo play. So what does that mean exactly? I will be using the system Old School Essentials to run myself as the DM and the player through an adventure. I'll be randomizing the hexes that I explore, randomizing the dungeons, and dropping in treasure and monsters using dice to basically tell the narrative. So there is a story, but it's going to come through the dice. I don't know what's going to happen ahead of time. So yeah, we're going to see how this works out. I'm just going to record the sessions as I go. I've been inspired by Mr. Wargaming, who's been doing this with his first edition solo play, and he's like 20 episodes in or 21 episodes in, and I've been watching those and just having a great time, like figuring out how they do it with first edition. But I actually don't know first edition. It's a pretty complex game from what I've understood, and I've tried reading the Dungeon Master's Guide, but it's pretty slow. It's grindy. While Old School Essentials I do know, I understand pretty well. Yeah, this is Old School Essentials is a clone of like old Dungeons and Dragons from the basic and expert boxes. And this guy Gavin Norman, he reformatted all of the rules. I don't think he changed anything. He just put them together in like I don't know, a more digestible way. And I've absolutely fallen in love with this system. So unlike most people my age, I did not start playing Dungeons and Dragons with this box set, even though this was like around my age group. I didn't get into role-playing games until 5th edition. So I played 5e for a long time. I started with dungeon mastering when the first box set came out, the starter box. And I just sent out a message to my buddies like, hey, who wants to play? I've always been curious about this game. And so people signed up right away, and I just stepped right into the Dungeon Master role. And I've played that system for so long, I kind of got burnt out on it. Some of the earlier books I think are really exciting and fun, and like the adventures were really interesting. But within the past couple of years, I've noticed like this, I don't know, a change in who they're marketing to at WotC, Wizards of the Coast. And it feels like they're making books now that really aren't for me. I'm less and less interested in the products that they're making. So I started looking elsewhere, and I came across Old School Essentials, and I haven't looked back. It's a very fun system. But this is going to be different than a lot of like the Bro SR guys, because like they all use first edition, and first edition is a complete system. There's a lot of information there. Gary covered every possible case. This book is very different. There's a lot that is in the rules, but they leave a lot out purposefully for you to be able to design your own homebrew. I avoid the homebrew stuff. I'm just going to play from the book. And if a question comes up that isn't answered in the core rules, then I'll use a supplement, but nothing that I'm going to like make up on my own. We're just going straight rules as written. So a little bit about Old School Essentials. It's, it's a BX, so it's a very lethal game. You die at 0 hit points. There is no negative hit points, and there are no death saves like in 5th edition. You will just die when you hit 0. So it's very important that you get a high armor class, and you protect your weaker classes like the magic user, who has almost no AC at all. Gold equals experience in this system. So the adventurers are motivated. They're motivated not by their unique backstories or personal quests for vengeance, but rather just, they want to get rich or die trying, and most of them will die trying. So it should be at least it should be entertaining to watch as I grow attached to each character, and then they slowly fade away with their 1 or 2 hit points. So yeah, like I mentioned, I am inspired by the Bro SR guys, but this is going to be Bro SE. We are not going to be using first edition, but I do want to say that we are going to be using the staple of the Bro SR philosophy, which is one-to-one time. When I started playing Old School Essentials, I immediately put this in, and it has been such a wonderful change to the game. A one-to-one time, essentially, it's for every 1 day that you spend away from the gaming table, 1 day passes in the gaming world. So an example of this is like, okay, I roll up my characters, right? And in one session tonight, I spend 2 weeks in the game. They're exploring a hex. They're trying to find a dungeon so they can get rich. At the end of the session, I clock what day it is on the calendar. And then those characters are not available again until that day comes in real life. So if that's 2 weeks from now, then I have to make new characters to play in the interim. So if I want to play again tomorrow, I would just roll up some new characters, and then the other guys, you know, they're busy off exploring the hex during that time. Now, since I am playing solo, it does free up my options a little bit. I could push their clock even further if I wanted to keep playing with them, but I think I'm just going to keep it simple for myself and just roll up some new characters whenever that comes up. Let's see, what else? So I do have a stack of books here that I'm going to be using, and so I just wanted to kind of go through them. First, we have the Player's Tome. Like, this is just the basic rule book. It has all the classes in it, which are kind of weird, but like, they're all very simple. Like, this is the Paladin. It has almost nothing to it. They can turn undead at a few levels into it, like level 3. Sometime around level 8 or 9, it gets spells. They're not overly complex, but this is what I'll be working with. And then we've got the Referee's Tome. This book will be generating the treasure and the monsters. So the first half of the book is monsters. Oh, look at these simple stat blocks. I love it. And then the second half of the book is just random treasure. So since gold equals your experience, the gold that you recover from the dungeon equals your experience, this book is very important because this is what's going to motivate everybody to risk their life. Next up, I've got on downtimes and domains. This book is great. It offers your PCs different things to engage with in the game during downtime. So if they want to take on like a personal activity like crafting a magic item, this book details like how you could go about doing that, how much gold it takes, how long it would take to accomplish your goals, and it would extend their time jail, but it allows the player to invest in the world just a little bit more. And I really love this book. I couldn't recommend it enough. It's amazing. And then the last book that I'll be using is the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide. The Appendix A in this book is actually amazing for generating a dungeon. Lots of different kinds of rooms, different traps and ideas. Also, my issue isn't with 5th edition in general. I honestly think it's a well-designed system. I think my problem comes up with in the past couple years, the books, the campaigns, and the art style has kind of gone in a different direction, and I don't feel like they're marketing to me anymore. And so I'd rather go into like the more old school art and like the more hardcore rules than what 5th edition offers. And so I don't want to throw out everything. I think that this is an excellent book, and I will be using it for this adventure. The last thing I want to do before I end the video, it's getting kind of long now, so I'd like to roll up some characters, and I've got here Strength, Intelligence, Wisdom, Dex, Con, and Charisma, the standard 6 array. It is a little bit different than the 5th edition lined up, but yeah, this is the way it is in the book. So I'm going to generate using the rules in the basic set, which says you roll right down the line 3d6, and that's how you determine what your class is going to be. So let's go ahead and just do that real quick. I'm going to get 3d6, roll it straight down the line. Here's a purple one, black one, What else has got good juju? Okay, here we go. All right. Wish me luck. I hope I can roll an 18. Here it comes. Okay, well, that's not an 18. It is a 10 now. That's okay. My goal is I'm going to roll up 2 or 3 characters. This is definitely a basic character stat line already. And then I'll make the party from those 2 or 3 characters. Okay, now this is quite a stat right here. Yeah, that's a 15 in wisdom. It looks like I've got myself a cleric already. Look at that, I'm loving it. Okay, yeah. The modifiers are also a little different than in 5th edition as well. Let's see, that's 13, very nice. That's a con, yes, loving it. He's gonna have some hit points. Okay. Oh man, I'm on fire right now. This is great. Okay, 14 charisma, which is great because I'm only gonna have 2 or 3 adventurers in the party. So the higher the charisma, the more men-at-arms I can bring with me. Let's roll up the second set. Oh, again, amazing, look at that. Okay, I should probably move this up just a little bit so you guys can see everything that gets rolled. A 13 strength for stat line number 2. Oh, man, you cannot make this up. See, this is why you have to record, because like this is a 17 intelligence. It looks like I'm going to be building into an elf here. One of the things about old school essentials is the race of your character is the class as well. So, okay, yeah, I'll take that too. It's a 12, sure, yeah. Yeah, okay. If it's not a negative modifier, I'm happy. Okay. Okay, now Destiny started, the statistics are starting to add back up. Here we go. That's in Constitution. Oh, that hurts. Okay, cool, yeah, excellent. And that's another 13. All right, and I'm going to roll up 1 more character just so I can have a party of 3. I think a party of 3 is good, and then some men-at-arms to fill them out. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This is amazing. Looks like I'm going to have a human fighter. Let's see what happens. Okay, cool. Ooh, not the wisest guy. Not a wise guy. All right, that's a 10. Very cool. And con, come on, get a high con. You really need like hit points in this game. Oh, all right, well, you can't win them all, but that's actually a +0. So like there's no negative modifier on a 9 in this system. All right, last up. Oh, yeah, okay, very cool. Not bad at all. This okay, I can see myself having a cleric, an elf for some, sad about that. Maybe an elf here because he's got some strength and some intelligence. That's nice. And then maybe a fighter, just a classic human fighter here. Cool. So yeah, I will build these characters in the next video. I'll go through the process of purchasing their armor, purchasing their gear, getting them equipped and ready to go. I'll show you how to recruit men-at-arms and how much that'll cost. Hopefully I can have some extra gold whenever buying all their armor is done, because like these guys are all gonna be pretty kitted out. So yeah, tune in next time for the video. If you are really kind and a generous person and you've actually watched this video, then maybe you could like the video or, you know, subscribe to Scudder for Mike. I don't know. That would be great. And yeah, we'll see what happens on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.